Thanks, ladies. SIU football returns to Saluki Stadium. High school football closes out the regular season, and one half of the World Series is set. I'll tell you who advanced after the break. Last season, Asia Washington joined exclusive company for the Salukis. Washington finished the year with over 700 career rebounds as well as 500 career points. She became the 17th Saluki to join those ranks. The volleyball team will play the University of Illinois in the first round of the NCAA tournament at Cardinal Arena in Louisville tomorrow at 4 p.m. When SIU hosted in-state rival Western Illinois, Saluki Stadium drew in over 13,000 fans, second most in program history. With a crowd like that, how does the team manage with all that noise? There are other games to look forward to tomorrow, and that's week 5 of high school football. The Murfreesboro Red Devils hope to remain undefeated as they travel to Heron to take on the 4-0 Tigers. The Massac County Patriots seek their first win in 5 tries, hosting conference rival Harrisburg. The Carbondale Terriers host the Cahokia Comanches, and the Nashville Hornets head to Sparta in a battle of the unbeatens against the Bulldogs. Kickoff for all games is tomorrow night at 7. Saluki Volleyball returns to Davies Gym for a weekend of MVC action. This weekend's action marks the halfway point through conference play of the season. The Dogs have a record of 14-7 heading into the weekend. SIU hosts Drake on Friday night at 7 and caps off homecoming weekend with an afternoon match against Northern Iowa on Saturday. Both matches can be watched on ESPN3. With only 2 key conference matchups left before the Missouri Valley Conference tournament, the Salukis have a very good chance of finishing in first place in the MVC. The men's team will boast a new coaching staff under head coach Barry Hinson. Women's head coach Cindy Stein plans on playing all 12 girls this year, including the 3 freshmen. Just as the volleyball team reaches halfway point of conference play, the men's tennis team closes out their fall season. SIU is set to host Eastern Illinois Saturday for the SIU Fall Classic. This is the last tournament of the fall season for the Dogs. Senior standout Johnny Rigby already has his sights set on the spring. For more information about proper firearm care or the team itself, like them on Facebook at SIU Carbondale Shooting Team. The SIU football team will host their final home game of the season when they play against conference rival Illinois State. Illinois State ranks 6th in the FCS and sits in first place in the MVFC. The Salukis will attempt to upset the Redbirds in their final home game of the season as quarterback Mark Iannotti will go into Saturday's game with an average of 351 passing yards per game. Meanwhile, the Liberty Flames are ranked 10th in the nation with 2-1 record. The game is SIU's 5th annual Blackout Cancer game featuring players wearing black uniforms with sponsors' names on the back. Head coach Dale Lennon says it was an event he didn't expect to stay past its inception. Another weekend of Saluki sports is on tap, but they're all away from Carbondale. Tomorrow, the women's volleyball team caps off the 2014 season at Evansville. The men's basketball team plays Kent State in day 1 of the Kent State Invitational, and the swimming team diving team finishes the season at Louisville Invitational tomorrow through Sunday. 2 international players fill out the roster on the SIU basketball team, the same team that is led by one of the most colorful coaches in the nation. Zach Barrett has an in-depth look at the man on the sidelines for the Salukis. The men's basketball team stood on top of SEMO last night, beating the Redhawks 70-56. Both the Dogs and the Redhawks were struggling on offense in the first half, with SIU only leading by 5 at the end of the half. Then the Dogs came swinging with Sean O'Brien scoring 10 points with 4 3-pointers. SIU would end up outscoring the Redhawks with 42 points in the second half, giving them their 7th win on the season. Coach Hinson said that he was very impressed with the team. One Saluki athlete is looking past the game of football and is helping children with the game of life. Sports reporter Danny Valle has the story from the Boys and Girls Club. Some future Saluki football players may come from the 5 area teams that made it into the IHSA playoffs. Only one team is still in the running to bring home a state title. SportsView reporter Gabe Pishkadamian has more. Macklin is 5th all-time with 1,387 points. She's 151 points behind Amy Raker for 1st all-time. Macklin is on pace to break that record by the end of January or the start of February. SIU football heavily recruited freshman running back Daquan Isom in the offseason. He has given the Saluki offense a big spark this year. Here's the story from SportsView reporter Joey Dalo. The SIU Bowling Club rolls into their next tournament this weekend at Lindenwood University for the 6th annual Lions Classic. The SIU cross-country team is set for the MVC Championships this Saturday. The team travels to Evansville, Indiana to compete against the best runners in the Missouri Valley. Senior runner Oscar Medina has the 5th best 8K time in the conference at 24 minutes and 16 seconds. According to the coach's pre-championship poll, the men's team is picked to finish 6th in conference, while the women are slated to finish in 8th. The MVC Championships are this Saturday and will begin at 9:30 a.m. at the Angel Mounds State Historic Site. And I'm Sean Conway. For more than 100 students who work on SportsView and Evening Edition, good night.